how are you? Let's play the journal game. We are going to continue our journey through the forest autumn walk or autumn forest walk, our game, our journal game. So let me light a candle, let me take a sip, and then we are going to get started today. We are still using sunshine in a candle. It smells so good. There's something about lighting a candle and journaling all at the same time that just brings me joy. Brings me joy. That over there. Okay, let's go ahead and dive in. We are on day 9, so let's go ahead and look and see what day 9 is going to hold for us today. Now, the nice thing about the journal game, if you are playing or watching and playing along, is that you don't have to do consecutive days. You can take a break, you can come back to it whenever you want to. That's part of the fun of it. So I'm trying to get that straight. Let's see. There we go. So we're going to start back at day 9. We've gone through day 8. I think we're going to try and do day 9 and day 10 together today. So day 9 looks pretty easy, right? Let's just see. Unexpected pairing. Roll twice, combine both results in one scene. Do they make sense together or feel like an odd pairing? Snapshot. Show them both on the same page, even if they don't fit. Okay, well that sounds pretty easy. So let's see. What does it say? Roll twice. Daggone it, I keep getting 3s. I think I'm just destined to play this in 3s. Quiet clearing. You arrive in an open space. How does the air feel here? What small details stand out? Do you linger or move on quickly? All right, and then the next one is a 6, which is Echo of the Forest. What story do you imagine here? Does it feel old, recent, or ongoing? Or we could go to the mini encounter tables and we could roll here as well. So 6 over here would be an old stump shows signs of age. Ooh, I like that. Let's play this one. Okay, so we're going to do quiet clearing with an old stump that shows signs of age. I am liking this. So let's go ahead and open up to our next page. So we've got day 8 here. And we are playing this in what I like to call the 100-acre forest. So first thing I need to do is grab some papers and see what this is going to look like. So we're in a quiet clearing and we are going to see a stump. I think I can draw a stump actually. So I think we'll be good with that. I've got fox and raccoon as my little guardians coming through the forest. Oh, look. Here's a stump right here with a bird on it. We might use that. Let's see. I've also got some beautiful stickers. Oh, we might be able to use some of these maybe. I got some from a friend over the weekend. He was like, oh, you need these for your game. And I was like, oh, I like that. All right, let's see. And then we've got fox and raccoon. Let's take those. And if it's a quiet clearing, I think we'll be able to use some of these today also. And I might just go back to some of this darker brown paper as well. I think I might kind of like use this as the ground clearing. So, and we've kind of already got that cut too, which will make it really easy. So I'm just gonna rip a little bit off of here. I'm gonna make that super simple. And I'm gonna put this down first. So I'm thinking, let's see, if we are coming into a quiet clearing, we could have left what we were staring up at overhead, because we were staring up overhead. So maybe we've moved past that. And the next thing we come into is the quiet clearing. That could be kind of fun. And then, see, we're on day 9. So we're gonna have to start, if I want this to finish with us near or close by to all of the Winnie the Pooh characters, then I'm going to need to meet them soon. We're gonna have to meet them all soon. So I think on this nearby the stump, there is going to be, sorry, I had to go grab scissors. There is going to be something that we come across besides just the stump. All right, let me just get that up there out of the way. Let's corner around this real quick. What do you guys think? That's what I think. I think that's what needs to happen here. Okay, so we've got that part, quiet clearing. We're gonna put the stump in here for sure. I know we're definitely gonna do that. We could use some, I think I wanna use this tree. Yep, that's a good size. Wanted to make sure it wasn't all crazy out of proportion. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this tree right here. And there's a lot of brown on there, so I don't necessarily want to use that, but let's put the stump here. Let's see. Let's put the stump like this. And then I think the thing that I want to see by the stump that we kind of notice is a little bee. So I just have to find the stickers with, there they are, with the little honey bee on them, because hopefully that will lead to something soon. So we're just gonna put one little bee right now. We have two. Let's use two little bees around the stump over here. There we go. Okay, and so quiet clearing. We've got the stump. We've got a quiet clearing. How about, let me look at these. I have really enjoyed like mixing the stickers up a little bit too. I think that's been really fun. Let's do, I feel like it needs a little bit of a pop of color. So let's use this acorn, I think. Just because it's gonna give a little bit of pop of color right there. Okay. Raccoon and fox may not be in this scene because we're just gonna come up onto it, and I think we are good without them being right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some music on, or not music. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the Sounds of the Forest up and go ahead and do the writing for day 9, and then I will be back with you. Okay, so day 9, I'm gonna add a few more leaves down here, and I'll tell you why, because I kind of wrote them into the story. So let me just see which leaves I want to use. Let's go ahead and use a pretty green one and a red one. I don't want to make them too big, but also I want them kind of to stand out a little bit. Okay, so day 9. After leaving the quiet area and spending time looking up at the sky, which was day 8, we continued our journey. We came across an open clearing with lots of leaves on the ground. It almost felt like this opening was planned and used for something. The only thing nearby was an old stump with a single bird sitting on top. As Raccoon, Fox, and I approached, the bird just watched us, not making a sound, as if he was on lookout duty. It felt very odd, but also kind of familiar. I wonder what happened here. What happens here in this quiet place? Just then I heard the faint sounds of buzzing. Are there bees here in the forest? Let's keep going. All right, so let's do day 10. Day 10 is something small. Look closer at the ground or a nearby tree, mushrooms, moss, bark, puddles, or insects. Roll once and weave your encounter into this tiny detail. Sketch something at ground level. Okay, let's see. Roll once. So let's see. Ooh, 5. I don't think we've gotten a 5 before. I haven't. Changing weather. The day shifts around you, fog, drizzle, sudden sunlight, or wind. How does it affect your walk? Does it change your pace, mood, or direction? I know exactly what is gonna happen. I'm so excited for this. Okay, so day 10 is something small. We need to really zone in on the ground. So we're gonna continue this, but I think we're gonna zone in on the area around the stump. And the changing weather is going to be wind. So I think it's going to become a blustery day. I'm super excited for this. All right, let's see how we're going to put this together. I know we're going to need lots of leaves, so I'm going to grab everything that has leaves, which is right there. And then since we are focusing on the ground, I think that I still have a stump. What I might do is, I was going to say I might try to cut the bird off though, or maybe I just need to draw a stump. Maybe we just need to draw this one out a little bit. So let's take some markers. Let's see what we have here. Let's do some green on the ground. We'll use some brown for the stump. Okay, let's see what we can kind of sketch out here. I'm going to start with the stump. And we're going to just make this a little bit bigger so that we can just kind of play into it a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of sketch out what would maybe look like a stump. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that all plays together. Just remember, I am not a good doodler. I am not. But I think that this looks okay. Just looking to see if I have another color brown. I really don't. I don't have a whole lot of brown markers. So we're just going to have to kind of make do with this. All right, there's our stump. Let me take some of the green. I'm just going to kind of like brush it along here. Not going to color the whole thing in, but just kind of, because I'm going to have to come back in, I think, and add some other, because the leaves and stuff are going to be down here. So, all right, let's, hold on, let me see. I'm going to use this one to add a little bit of a darker palette here. Just put that there. Okay, let's go ahead and see if this is too light. And if it is, I will add a little bit more darker brown to it. I think it's okay though. That is totally okay. All right, so let me go back to what this says. Changing weather, the day shifts around you. Fog, drizzle, sudden sunlight, or the wind. Okay, so we're definitely going with the wind, and we are going with the leaves kind of like all over the place. So let's see, we're just gonna pull the leaves and kind of have them blustery all over the place, including the ground. We're going to make sure that there's some on the ground here as well. All right, so let me start thinking about what the story might look like. It's a blustery day. All of a sudden, the winds pick up. all of a sudden the winds pick up. Oh, I think we need to put a little tree branch up here and then put our owl sitting on there. And we'll just kind of like make everything go this way. And then I'll right up here is what I'm thinking. So let me see if I can draw a little branch that's just kind of hanging out here. And I'm gonna put this little owl up here just because I can. I just feel like I saw that and I was like, oh, I feel like the owl needs to be part of this for some reason. All right, so let's go back to adding some leaves that are gonna kind of like bluster up that way. Do I have any, let's see. I feel like maybe Fox wants to be a part of this one today. So I'm just gonna kind of put him right there. And I don't have a raccoon anymore because I used all of those, but I do have this one and this one. Let's see if I have any other raccoons. Not actually really sure that I do, but let's just look, because I might. Got pumpkins and Pooh Bears and leaves and trees. Christmas, oh, there's a raccoon. I think those are all I have left actually. So let's see. Let's see. Let me see. Oh, here's a few more. I was like, I think there needs to be more. Could put the little stump one over there. Or I could just put him like hanging out with his coffee there. Well, let's do that. Let's put him hanging out with his coffee right there again. The one thing I cannot draw is a raccoon. That is never going to happen. I know myself. That's not going to happen. All right, so we're just going to have raccoon hanging out there. We've got Fox over here. Let's get back to creating a blustery day with the leaves flying everywhere. Let's see. This might take a lot of leaves, but that's okay. Let's see, what do we have on this side? Oh, that's more of a thing there. I got to get the leaves up there somehow. I got to keep going up. I might need to search for some more leaves. Let's see. I might not have a whole lot more. There's a few on that I could use to kind of make that whimsy. There's a few on here. These feel kind of big though. All right, I think we have enough that we can make this all work. Let's put this one right there. All right, so we just need like a few more right up here. And then I think what I need to do is just draw some like little like swirly things to make it so it feels like they are swirling up there. We're just going to cut this off. Just need to fill that space up a little bit. And then maybe we'll just put this one down here. I hate to waste, and when you cut them in half like that, you can always find like another place to put them. Okay, so we've got our swirls. We've got something happening. This is something small. Sketching something at ground level. All right, but we also kind of like went up a little bit. We're using the change of weather as a blustery day is coming in. And we want to try and see somebody today. I feel like Piglet would be kind of small if I put him there, but let me see. Let me think for a second. Let me see what else. See what other poo stuff we have here. I could use one of these and put like poo like peeking out. So like you can only see part of him. What do you guys think? I feel like we need to see poo soon, right? All right, let's see. Let me see if I can figure out. Let's try this one. Let me just cut this off while it's still in the back. Let me see. This is called fussy cutting, by the way. If you have never done this, it's when you cut something in great detail out of something, or like you trace something, but you want to cut it right up against the lines or something. We call that fussy cutting. It's not necessarily my favorite thing to do, but I feel like in this case it's necessary because he's in that circle and I just want his face. All right. Let me get that out. Oh, that'll be good. So we can do it just like I can actually have him peeking down. We're gonna cut him a little bit more. We're gonna cut between his ears. And then we should be good. Sometimes getting like all the exact details. Some people use like a X-Acto knife and cut. I've never done that. But I'm sure that that works just as well. Okay, so we've got Pooh's head. Now I just have to figure out where we want him peeking around from. So I think this part of his face needs to be a little rounder. Looks a little odd. But that's because of the way it was kind of drawn in this circle there. All right, so we're gonna cut. Let me see. Oh goodness. All right, wish me luck. Here we go. Ah. Oh, it's perfect. I was a little nervous there cutting Pooh like that. All right, it is perfect except for his ear is gonna get pinched, so I'm just gonna cut a tiny little piece off of his ear so that he will be okay over there. Let me see if I can get this off. Now that I've cut it up, sometimes that's tricky. Might need my tweezers, let's see. Oh, nope, got it. Had it. There we go. Okay, oh my gosh, we're gonna meet Pooh Bear today. Well, we're gonna see Pooh Bear today. Oh my gosh, you guys, look how cute that is. Oh my gosh, okay. All right, I am going to put our Sounds of the Forest back on, do a little bit of writing about this, and then I will be back with you. Okay, day 10 was a lot of fun. So we've got our swirling happening with our leaves. The wind came in and picked up. We've got our stump. We've got Pooh Bear. We've got Fox and Raccoon. We've got everybody here today. All right, so day 10, something small. Just as I was listening to the bees, all of a sudden they flew away and the winds came out of nowhere. The leaves started to swirl and fly about as if they were dancing. It was beautiful. I saw an owl up above, watching something by the old stump. I turned to follow his gaze and saw a bear? ? All right, friends, that is day 9 and day 10. I hope that this was as much fun for you as it was for me. I cannot wait to see what day 11 has in store for us. Hopefully we will get to that tomorrow. So stay tuned, everybody. Thanks so much. And again, if you want to play the journal game and you don't know how to get started, leave us a comment below and we will certainly help you out. Thanks so much, and I will see you soon.